Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. It is hot as shit. Like seriously. If it get any fucking hotter, like I'm literally gonna be standing face to face with the devil. Like this shit don't make no sense. This is the one thing I hate about like summertime and stuff like that is the fucking heat. I'm not a heat person. I love spring because it's a good mixture of weather, but this heat. Only reason why I turned the air conditioning off was because it's too loud and I don't want it to drown out the sound or whatever. But as soon as this video's done, it's cranking back up. Um, I love today's episode. I think today's episode was very good. I didn't care for the sunny scenes with Martina, honestly, but getting into it, I love the scenes with Robin, Emma, Alex, and Anna. What I want to know is, okay, they were all at the airport. What the hell was Nathan doing there? Like, what is a PCP detective doing at an airport? I just want to know. Sniffing luggage? Like, what the fuck was he doing there? He had no reason to be there. But I digress. So, anyway, Anna was questioning Alex about what the hell was going on and why she wanted to impersonate Anna again. So, she filled her in on the whole Chimera situation, and now she wants Anna to get the information that she couldn't get about where the Chimera is. Um, I love the scene. Finola Hughes is definitely the one of the best female actresses on daytime TV to play a dual role. Not too many people could pull off a dual role. You know what I mean? Like not too many people could do that. She does it. She does it phenomenally well. I remember Eileen Davidson does it so well when she was playing Kristen Demira and Susan Banks, EJ Demira's mother. That was a dual role for her. There was a couple people in soap history that's done dual roles. Luke, he played, Anthony Gary played Luke, and he also played his cousin, Bill Eckert, in a dual role. So not a lot of people can, always pull that off. So it's always good when they can. Um, so anyway, back at the hospital. At first, in the beginning, I kind of started to figure that Brad didn't have anything to do with tampering with those drug tests because my mind actually has been thinking Obrecht for the last couple of weeks. And of course, it was Obrecht who was tampering with the urine samples. She's the one who was doing it. I don't get why they never really considered Obrecht. I mean, well, I can kind of see why. I mean, Obrecht has been vocal about her disliking Finn, but the thing is, Brad has been overly vocal, like way more than Obrecht. Brad has been making public spectacles about his dislike of Finn. So of course they're gonna rule out Obrecht and go straight for Brad. Um, I kind of felt bad for Brad or whatever because he was being set up by a woman who he felt was his friend and an ally, and the whole time she basically setting him up without even kind of knowing it. But he basically told Obrecht that he was being set up, and she's still tampering with the urine test, still tampering with it. Some friend, when you got friends like that, who needs enemies? um I just wanted to touch up on something from yesterday's episode. I'm happy that Hayden is keeping the baby. I know some people, like I said before, they don't like Hayden, they don't like Finn. I actually like them. They're growing on me. I didn't really warm to them at first, but now they're starting to grow. They've grown on me. So I'm rooting for them. I think it's too soon for a baby for them, but whatever. Some things are unconventional, so I guess these are one of those things. Um, I love the scene with Robin, Emma, and Dr. Monroe Griffin. He was, after hearing the story, he finally figured out that must have been the reason why Anna was acting so strange, and they finally clued him in to the fact that she has a twin sister. I can't wait for Valentine and Nina to find out, personally. Um, Moving on from that, I felt like Lucy Coe at first was being a bitch. I felt like she was way out of line telling Elizabeth Jake couldn't be a part of the nurse's ball because he is seeing a therapist. I'm like, what the fuck does therapy have to do with him performing at the ball? He's not a danger. So they think. We all know different. And it was funny after he auditioned. It was funny because Lucy Cole said something to the effect that Jake is gonna bring the house down. My face literally started laughing. Like seriously, I started laughing because when she said he's gonna bring the house down, the first thing out my mouth was literally. That's what I said. Literally, like he's literally gonna bring the house down with that chimera. Because I think he's definitely gonna release that chimera at the nurse's ball. So all hell is about to break loose. Um, this shit is gonna be crazy. So apparently Alex is working for somebody, but she's not saying who. Of course, I don't think it's Helena Cassadine because Helena obviously sent the Chimera to Jake, so I don't think Helena would hire Alex to find out who has the Chimera because we all know Helena sent it to Jake. I don't think Helena's dead. Um, Now moving on from that, the scene with Carly and Ava. I know some people might not agree with this, and that's fine because we all have a difference of opinion. But I was rooting for Ava in this case because I felt like everything Ava said was 1,000% true about Carly. Carly loves to be the center of attention. She loves to be the center of drama. And it was funny to me how Carly sat there and kept telling Ava how Ava is so hateful and rude and nasty. But all Ava was doing was sitting at a park bench with her daughter. Carly's the one who walked up and was nasty to her. Immediately upon walking up to them, she was nasty. And I find it funny how Carly keeps saying, even though her and Sonny are divorcing, she's still gonna be on his side as far as the custody. How do you think that's gonna work? A judge is not gonna allow Sonny to have full custody based on the two of y'all. Number one, y'all are in the middle of a divorce. That's not gonna show a judge that you're giving a child a stable home. Also, how the hell does she think that she's gonna bring criminal charges up against Ava for what Paul Hornsby did? Ava had nothing to do with those murders, and there's no evidence out there tying her to it. So how do you think you're gonna get her arrested and convicted? If that were the true, don't you think the PCPD would have been arrested her months ago, a year ago when they arrested Paul? Obviously, she has nothing to do with it, and you don't have Paul on your side to back up your story because he already copped all the murders. So how is she gonna go to prison? A lot of what Carly was saying had so many holes in her. Her whole plan was flawed. She keeps holding that sex tape over Ava's head, the fact that she slept with Paul Hornsby. So what? If you bring that shit into a courtroom, if I was a judge, I would simply tell you like this: you cannot hold it against a grown ass person for who they sleep with. And number one, she obviously slept with him before she found out he was a killer. And the only reason why they were keeping that sex tape secret was because at the time Paul was a DA and he wanted to maintain his reputation, didn't want the public knowing he was messing around with a Jerome. But now that he's in prison, that sex tape is irrelevant at this point. All of Carly's threats are falling on deaf ears, and even Ava know it. Ava know it. She already know her threats hold no water. They hold absolutely no weight whatsoever, and Carly knows she ain't got no leverage. She's just plucking, just grasping at straws at this point. Um, Sonny and Martina. I feel like the writers are setting this up so that way Sonny and Martina could become a couple. That's the way I figured. Because if this was just a casual sex, casual booty call for Sonny, I don't think he would be discussing Morgan's bipolar and, all his family business to a woman he's casually sleeping with. I don't think Sonny would. So I think they're trying to make more out of this relationship, obviously. And when they went up and had sex the second time, the first thought that came to my mind, and it was so predictable, I said, "Watch Carly gonna walk in." And long and behold, Carly walked into the living room, saw two glasses of wine, saw two plates, and she flashed back to that moment that she saw Martina and Sonny at the restaurant. She already knew something was fishy with the two of them. And then when she saw the wine and the food, it didn't take her really long to figure out it was Martina he was sleeping with. So when she walked in on them in that bedroom, I said, "Yep, the shit is about to hit the fan." Um, this was actually a good cliffhanger Friday. Like this is what like it had a good amount of drama to it. You had Anna versus Alex. You had Ava versus Carly. You had Finn and Hayden versus Brad. You have Carly versus Sonny and Martina all in one episode. Like this is insane. Like you have all this drama mixed in one. Like this is what soaps are built off of. Even though some people don't like the storylines, I don't either. I just feel like it was a dope episode because you got all this drama in one episode, combustible elements. You know, all this shit could explode, and it's about to explode Monday. So anyway, with that, I will see all of you Monday. I hope all you have a wonderful, safe weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see you Monday.